What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm the regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge.
In a world swelling with chaos, where the ground seems to shift beneath our feet, it's easy to feel lost and overwhelmed. But amidst the turmoil, there's a beacon of strength, a path to a brighter tomorrow. This year, the 5F conference is back, bigger and better. Join us from Friday, October 4 to Sunday, October 6 for 3 days of transformative power. Experience inspiring sessions with renowned speakers like Reverend Tony Akinyemi, Reverend Hakeem Ogunira,
Pastor Mrs. Laide Adeyemo,
Pastor Wale Abayomi, and Reverend Bayo Asolo. Don't miss out on this life-changing event. Register now at 5fconference.tsfchurch.com and be part of something extraordinary.
Hello and welcome to Exposé with Tony Akinyemi this beautiful Monday evening again, as we consider the theme that has been running for a while, and that is your food and your health. And we're looking at individual food items. We've looked at vegetables, some vegetables, definitely not all vegetables, some vegetables. We've looked at some seeds, we've looked at some nuts, we've looked at coconut and coconut oil, and last week we looked at the avocado pear. Today we are taking on another very popular one that is almost available almost everywhere on the planet. It is grown again in the tropics, but then transported to every part of the world, and that is bananas. Banana. Banana is said to have been first cultivated in India according to the textbooks. Well, how true that is, I don't know, but that's what the textbook says. The banana was first cultivated in India, in Asia. And of the soft fruits, because again, fruits are categorized into different categories. Those of you, by the way, who haven't done our Module 1 in our Healthy Living Institute, please go to lms.rafainstitute.org and register. Because in one of the courses in Module 1, we deal with the classification of fruits. And bananas belong to the category of soft fruits. Now, of the soft fruits, banana is only second to strawberries when it comes to overall mineral content. Now, unripe bananas are very hard to digest, so it is not advisable to eat them, particularly in their raw form. But of course, when it is cooked, then digestibility improves. The body is able to digest it better when it is cooked. In Nigeria and in West Africa, where I live, we normally don't eat raw banana or unripe banana. We eat only ripe banana in this part of Africa. But I know that in East Africa, particularly in Uganda, the country of Uganda, they cook banana and make it into different meals. I think they call it matoke. Matoke is very popular in Uganda and is made from unripe bananas. So when banana is cooked, then it is more digestible than when when unripe banana is cooked. But when it is ripe banana, you don't have to cook it. It's easy to digest. Now, bananas contain 3 natural sugars. One is called sucrose, the other is called fructose, and then glucose, and then a lot of fiber. A banana can give an instant, sustained, and substantial boost of energy. And research has proven that just 2 bananas can provide enough energy for a strenuous 90-minute workout. If you're about to go into the gym for a very strenuous workout, 1.5 hours workout, just 2 bananas can give you enough energy to run through that whole strenuous exercise without getting fagged out. Banana also has high potassium content. So those who have low potassium, if they don't have diabetes, they don't have high blood sugar, of course, they can snack regularly on banana to increase their blood potassium content. Potassium benefits the heart. It benefits the muscles of the body by working in balance with sodium to stimulate and regulate heartbeat, to eliminate fluid accumulation, particularly in the extremities. It's called edema. To tighten collagen in the skin so that the skin looks healthier and smoother. Now, again, the potassium and the sodium in banana working together can help to maintain body weight as well. It can relieve muscle cramps and can also help in the control of blood pressure. Eating ripe bananas regularly may therefore, be a contributory factor in helping with cardiovascular diseases. Bananas, apart from fiber, apart from potassium, apart from sodium, also contains a particular substance known as tryptophan. Tryptophan, Tryptophan, tryptophan. It's a type of protein that the body converts into serotonin. And serotonin helps us to relax and to feel happy. And bananas must be the reason monkeys are always happy all the time. I joke about it and I tell folks here in Lagos, have you ever seen a depressed monkey before? Monkeys are always happy go merry or merry go happy. They're always jumping all over the place, always happy. For the most part, I suspect it could be because monkeys love bananas. Bananas are also rich in iron, and that can stimulate the production of hemoglobin and help in cases of anemia to boost your PCV, boost your hemoglobin level. Banana is also high in fiber. In fact, if you look at the shape of the banana, it is even shaped like a well-formed stool. When you go to the toilet and your stool is well-formed, it comes out banana-shaped. And that gives us the architectural code I was talking about in previous episodes. And so eating bananas regularly because of the fiber content can help to restore normal bowel action, helping us to overcome constipation without necessarily resorting to laxatives. Now, very ripe banana has a natural antacid effect in the GI tract, for those who are suffering from gastric ulcer or heartburn. Okay, but of course you have to check that very ripe banana to make sure that there are no worms inside and that it's not rotten so that you don't eat, unhealthy, overripe banana. Now, snacking on bananas between meals can also help to keep blood sugar levels, up for those who are suffering from low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. And because bananas are high in B vitamins as well, they can also help to calm the nervous system, to calm anxiety and agitation and what have you. Bananas may also help people trying to quit smoking, those who smoke tobacco. Now, the vitamin B12 as well as vitamin B6 that banana contains and the potassium and the magnesium that are all found in banana can help the body to recover from the effects of nicotine withdrawal. Those who are trying to withdraw from nicotine in tobacco sometimes find themselves getting agitated, and banana can help in calming down that agitation, that withdrawal symptom. Now, when we are stressed, normally our metabolic rate rises, and thereby that reduces our potassium levels. And now, so these can be balanced with the help of a banana snack, which is typically high in potassium. And according to research that is done in the New England Journal of Medicine, they say, and I quote, that eating bananas as part of a regular diet can cut the risk of death from strokes by as much as 40%. Of course, anything that can help to balance your cardiovascular health will help in preventing cerebrovascular accidents, one of which is strokes, okay? Now, compared to an apple, banana has 4 times the protein that you find in an apple. It has twice the amount of carbohydrates that is in an apple. It has 3 times the amount of phosphorus you find in an apple. And it has 5 times the vitamin A and 5 times the iron that is present in an apple. So maybe rather than saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away, maybe we should rather be saying a banana a day keeps the doctor away, because banana is a powerhouse of nutrients. According to author Tony Akinyemi, there was an article that he actually published online on April 28 in the year 2010, and he says bananas may provide the key to preventing the spread of HIV. That's Tony Akinyemi. And this is what he wrote. Very interesting. Okay, he says a new study published in March of 2010 in the Journal of Biological Chemistry has actually found that a lectin compound that is known as Banlec, capital B, small a, small n, capital L, small e, small c, one word, Banlec, okay? A compound, which is a lectin compound that is known as Banlec, that is found in bananas, according to Tony Akinyemi, in that study that was published in March 2010, is as effective in preventing the spread of HIV as 2 commonly prescribed drugs that are normally prescribed for people living with HIV, antiretrovirals. Now, the study was conducted at the University of Michigan Medical School, and researchers there in that study found that Banlec was able to stop HIV from entering the body by connecting to the HIV type 1 envelope protein. Now, lectins are sugar-binding proteins that are found in plants, and they can successfully recognize and bind to foreign invaders in the body. Now, plants generally use lectins as one of their protective agents to protect themselves from, disease-causing microorganisms. Now, the Banlec compound had previously been shown to bind to high mannose carbohydrate structures, including those found on viruses such as the human immunodeficiency virus type 1, that's HIV-1. Now, the research study in the abstract actually reported that the researchers, and I quote, determined that Banlec inhibits primary and laboratory adapted HIV-1 isolates of different tropisms and subtypes, unquote. And that Banlec, I quote them again, actually possesses potent anti-HIV activity, unquote, from that study from the University of Michigan. Now, the researchers also found that Banlec compared favorably to T20 and Maraviroc, which are 2 anti-HIV drugs, or I should use North American English, anti-HIV drugs, currently in clinical use. And I quote what they wrote again. They said, the problem with some HIV drugs is that the virus can mutate and become resistant to the drug. But that's much harder to do in the presence of lectins, according to that research lead author, Michael D. Swanson. And he says again, unquote, lectins can bind to the sugars found on different spots of the HIV-1 envelope, and presumably it will take multiple mutations for the virus to be able to get around them. So what that is saying in effect is that the HIV-1 virus is unable to develop resistance against Banlec as it would against some pharmaceutical drugs that are currently being used, such as Maraviroc and T20 against the HIV virus. Now, we're going to go on a short break. When we come back, we will move on to yet another fantastic fruit in the series that we're discussing, your food and your health. Don't go away. I'll be back very shortly.
welcome. This is the 5F Conference News Desk, and I am your anchor, Estelle. And I'll be running you through every scope, every gist, and every insight you need concerning the 5F Conference 2024. And of course, as you already know, 5F Conference stands for Faith, Future, Family, Fitness, and Finance. Now we have 5 amazing, powerful ministers of God and of the gospel who will be taking us through these 3 days of impact. Now we have our lead pastor, Reverend Tony Akinyemi, our national overseer, Pastor Wale Abayomi, Reverend Bayo Asolo, Reverend Hakim Oguniro, and Pastor Mrs. Laide Adeyemo. Now the 5F Conference program starts officially on Friday, 4th October, and you can join online via YouTube or Facebook from 6 p.m. And of course, on day 2, Saturday, 5th October, the program starts at 4 p.m. online on YouTube or Facebook as well. And of course, on the grand finale, Sunday, 6th October 2024, you can join us in person at the Shepherd's Flock International Church Worshipatorium at 18 Shogule Street off Mobelaji Bank, Anthony Way, Ikeja, Lagos by 9 a.m. Or you can join online on Facebook or YouTube. Now joining me, of course, to bring you more scope and more gist on how ready and geared up we are our correspondents from different regions. We have our correspondent from Ikeja, from Liverpool, and of course, from Ikorodu.
Hi there, I'm Toby Famuyiwa, reaching you live from the United Kingdom, and I am excited and ready for the 5F Conference. Are you ready?
Hi there, my name is Stella and I am reporting live from TSF Ikorodu. I am super excited and ready for 5F 2024 and I hope that you are ready too.
Thank you, Estelle, for that. Here at TSF Ikeja, we are fully prepared and ready to have you guys join us on YouTube and Facebook on Friday, 4th of October 2024 for the 5F Conference at 6 p.m. and on Saturday at 4 p.m. And we would love to have you here physically on Sunday, the 6th of October 2024 by 9 a.m. It promises to be an awesome time and it promises not to leave you the same. It's a 5F Conference and your lives will be transformed extraordinarily. We are fully ready and prepared to have you join us. So over to you, Hester. Thank you.
As you have heard, we all geared up, we are all ready, we're ready for the impact, we're ready for the power-packed word coming for each and every one of us. Now that is something you do not want to miss. Do not miss it for anything. You have to set your pen, set your books, and of course, set your heart to receive every word coming at you. Don't miss it. See you soon.
Welcome back. This is still Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. We're talking about our food and our health. And we discussed banana in the first half of today's episode. In this second half, we'll be talking about yet another very popular, common food item that many people are familiar with, and that is maize or corn. Corn, all right. Yeah, let me say something up front before I begin to talk about the nutritional and maybe the health benefits of corn. There are people who are allergic to certain things. So all these food items that I'm talking about, you see, one person's food is another person's poison. So the fact that they confer all these benefits I'm mentioning doesn't mean that everybody can indulge in them. If it is contraindicated for your condition, your medical condition, or you are allergic to them, then stay away from them. That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, when it comes to corn, I needed to say that because corn happens to be one of the most hyperallergenic foods. What do I mean by that? Hyper means very high propensity for. Okay? Allergenic means it can provoke an allergic reaction if you eat it. So hyperallergenic, it has a high propensity for provoking an allergic reaction. Hypoallergenic means it it's very rare for it to provoke an allergic reaction, low propensity for provoking an allergic reaction. So corn is one of 5 food items that are hyperallergenic. Corn, wheat, cow milk, peanuts, and for some people, milk. Okay, I've talked about corn, I've talked about wheat, I've talked about cow milk and peanuts. For some people, it's soy products or shell-based seafood, such as shrimps, crabs, periwinkle, prawn, and what have you. So those are hyperallergenic foods. So as I talk about corn today, I want you to bear that in mind. If you're allergic to corn, please stay away. Right, so let's talk about the benefits of corn. Now, only rice and wheat actually surpass corn in importance when it comes to human nutrition. Rice and wheat are more widespread, but corn probably comes third. Now, the nutritive values of corn per 100 grams it contains about 390 international units of vitamin A. It contains some vitamin Bs like thiamine. It's about 0.15 milligrams per 100 grams of corn. It contains niacin, that's vitamin B3. You find about 12 milligrams per 100 grams of corn. You find vitamin C, which it contains about 12 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams of corn. It has about 9 milligrams of calcium, about 120 milligrams of phosphorus, about 1.2 grams of fat, about 20.5 grams of carbohydrates, about 3.7 grams of protein, and the total calorie you find in 100 grams of corn is about 92 calories. Now, corn lacks gluten, which is the protein of certain grains, such as wheat, that causes certain intolerances in some children. So, corn is good in feeding infants as well as adults as long as they are not allergic to them. Now, corn, however, is deficient in 3 important nutrients. It has low levels and low quality protein. It does not provide sufficient vitamin B3, niacin, and it's also very low in calcium. So if you are basing your children's meal on corn, then you have to find a way to supplement with protein, with niacin, with calcium, and what have you. So it's not sufficient to feed children on corn-based meals only without supplementing. Of course, most corn-based cereals in the market are already fortified with these nutrients to make up for the deficiency. Now, corn germ is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids as well as polyunsaturated fatty acids, particularly linoleic acid. Now, sweet corn contains all the essential amino acids except 2. It doesn't contain lysine, and it doesn't contain tryptophan in sufficient amounts. And don't forget, I mentioned tryptophan the other time, that it can help in different ways in helping you to synthesize certain hormones in your body, such as serotonin. Now, sweet corn contains about 3.33% protein by weight. Dried corn may contain up to 10% protein by weight. Now, there's a substance that is most abundant in corn. It's a kind of protein. It's called zein, Z-E-I-N or Z-E-I-N, zein, the most abundant type of protein in corn. And so corn is a bodybuilding food because of the high calorific content. Corn is helpful for those who are dealing with kidney issues. They can easily eat corn. It has no problem. Now, particularly fermented corn, which we call pap or ogi or agidi in Nigeria. You eat a soft and boiled corn every day, and that's good if you're not allergic to it. You may also boil 4 teaspoonfuls of corn silk. Corn silk, the one that looks like a sponge, all right? You can boil like about 4 teaspoonfuls of corn silk in 2.5 cups of water for about 20 minutes. You strain it and allow it to cool, and then you can drink half a cup every 4 hours. That's particularly good for diabetics. Some people also say it's good for people dealing with prostate issues. Now, corn bran is also considered a heart protector. When eaten every day, it can lower cholesterol in the body. And the soluble fiber in corn binds with cholesterol in bile. Okay? It then passes from the body and takes the cholesterol along with it. Then corn starch can also prevent diaper rash. Corn is also good for addressing anemia and constipation because the iron content helps with anemia. The fiber content helps with constipation. To address gout, now gout is a form of arthritis that normally afflicts the big toes, particularly of men. Men suffer from gouty arthritis more than women. And typically, one of the things that give rise to gout is excess uric acid crystals being deposited, particularly at the big toes of the foot, right? Now, to address gout, you boil 2 fresh cobs of corn in 4 cups of water for about 45 minutes. Then you strain and allow the water to cool. You place in the refrigerator, and then you drink 1 cup 3 times a day. Now, once there's relief, you can reduce your intake to 1 cup a day. So corn cob is also very, very medicinal. There are many aspects of corn that are used for different things, and they are very wonderful. So I want to again emphasize that when it comes to corn, you have to be sure that you are not allergic to it before you go into it. But I found that even those who are allergic to corn, when corn is that's the corn grains or seeds, when they are fermented, the propensity for creating allergic reactions actually drops. It decreases. Fermentation has a way of degrading some offensive substances within the corn. Okay? So now, let me go over again. If your child is experiencing any form of allergy, particularly to food allergies, then I would say eliminate corn from that child's diet. Eliminate gluten, which is typically found in wheat and some other grains, any gluten. So let that child eat gluten-free. Number 3, eliminate groundnut, peanuts from that child's diet. Eliminate cow milk from that child's diet. Eliminate soy products from that child's diet, except fermented organic soy products, like tofu, which is okay. And eliminate shell-based seafood products, like shrimp, like crayfish, like clam, like periwinkle, like prawn, like crab. Any seafood that has shell, okay, eliminate it from that child's diet. So once you take out those substances from the food of that diet, you have removed hyperallergenic food from that child's diet. Then the problem is 50% solved. Otherwise, for those who are not allergic to those things, that's fantastic. And you can go ahead with them and enjoy them and their health benefits. This is how far we go today with Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. I want to appreciate you again for spending your time with me this beautiful Monday evening. I come your way, God willing, by the special grace of God, next week, Monday, 8 p.m. West African time on Facebook and YouTube. And please share our videos with your circle of friends and let them also be blessed by the teachings in this Healthy Living series, Your Food and Your Health. Okay? And I invite you once again, please visit my website, www.tonyakinyemi.com. And I'll be very happy to hear back from you what you think. And if you have suggestions and ideas on how to improve that website, please let us know. And I pray for you that this week will be a very fantastic week for you. And you will come back next week with great testimonies of God's goodness towards you. God will bless the works of your hand throughout the week. In Jesus' mighty name, I love you. Bye-bye. Have a fantastic week. God bless you.
In a world swelling with chaos, where the ground seems to shift beneath our feet, it's easy to feel lost and overwhelmed. But amidst the turmoil, there's a beacon of strength, a path to a brighter tomorrow. This year, the 5F conference is back, bigger and better. Join us from Friday, October 4 to Sunday, October 6 for 3 days of transformative power. Experience inspiring sessions with renowned speakers like Reverend Tony Akinyemi, Reverend Hakeem Oguniro,
Pastor Mrs. Laide Adeyemo,
Pastor Wale Abayomi, and Reverend Bayo Asolo. Don't miss out on this life-changing event. Register now at 5fconference.tsfchurch.com and be part of something extraordinary.